Hello children, this is Adarsh Kumar Singh. Today we are going to discuss chapter 1st of class 10 in geography, that is resources and development. Resources and development. This is the chapter 1st. So let us start with the introduction of the chapter. First of all, we have to get through the point. हमें यह जानना होगा कि what are resources? Resources means anything having the capacity, anything that is present in the nature and having the capacity to satisfy our needs can be termed as a resource. The God has given so many things for the survival of human beings. The nature, the woods, the air, water, many things are there given by the God. So anything present in the nature having the capacity to satisfy our needs can be termed as a resource. But there are certain conditions for a commodity to be classified as a resource. There are three conditions. First thing is that a resource must be technologically accessible. We can term anything as a resource, but we must have the technology to avail the benefits from that thing. Suppose if we are having a bike, but we don't know how to ride it. We lack the technology to run a bike. We are having the coal, but we don't have the technology to convert into the source of energy. Then it is useless. So a thing can be termed as a resource only if we are having the technology to access it. So this is the first condition of the resource, means a resource must be technologically accessible. Second thing is that the second condition, a resource must be economically feasible. That means it must be within the capacity of our pocket. Suppose rice, we need rice to eat. Rice is a resource. But if the price of rice is that much high that a common people cannot afford to buy it, it is useless. We cannot call it as a resource. So then a resource must be economically feasible also. And the third is resources must be culturally acceptable. Means a resource, a thing which we are going to use for our development, it must be accepted and recognized by the society. Suppose a person who is a drug addict. Drug is a resource for that person, but our society is not going to accept that. So these are the three conditions for a thing to be classified as a resource. The condition is a resource must be technology accessible, it must be economically feasible, and it must be culturally acceptable. And then there is an interdependent relationship between the nature, the technology, and the institutions that is carried out with the help of human beings. Human beings take the things from the nature, applied appropriate technology to it, and then at the proper place in the institution, and all this results in the formation of resource. So now the things are clear. What is resource? A resource means anything present in the nature having the capacity to satisfy our needs, provided with the condition. It must be technology accessible, it must be economically feasible, and it must be culturally acceptable. Then only it can be termed as a resource. So now let us come to the classification of resources. Depending upon various factors, we can categorize the resources into four broad categories. First one is on the basis of origin. That means from where we have got the resource. On the basis of origin, resources are classified into two types. One is biotic resources, another one is abiotic resources. We know that bio means life, means a resource that is obtained from living things can be termed as biotic resources. ध्यान में रखिएगा, वैसे रिसोर्स जो हम प्राप्त करते हैं किन से? जो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म से, उनसे, जो लिविंग थिंग्स है, the resource which is obtained from living things can be termed as biotic resources. For example, flora and fauna, etc. Flora means plants kingdom, fauna means animal kingdom. So whatever we get from the biotic means the living things, that can be termed as a biotic resource. And abiotic resources means those resources, means those things which are having capacity to satisfy our needs, but we obtain those things from non-living things like rocks, minerals, etc. That is termed as abiotic resources. Second classification is that on the basis of exhaustibility, that means how much they are in the nature. On the basis of exhaustibility, again, resources can be classified into two parts. One is renewable resource and the other one is non-renewable resource. Renewable resource means those kind of resources which are numerous in nature. That means there is no threat of their exhaustibility. They are not going to end in the coming future. They are unlimited. They are called renewable resources, like water, forest, etc. And then comes the non-renewable resources, that means which are limited in nature. Means we have to be very much conscious before utilizing these type of resources because their supply is limited. ये काफी सीमित मात्रा में है, तो हमें चाहिए कि हम बहुत सोच समझकर इनका यूज करें, because a time will come when they will be exhausted. So those resources which are limited in nature can be termed as non-renewable resources, like minerals, fossil fuels, etc. The third classification is that resources on the basis of ownership, that means which person owns the resource. So on the basis of ownership, again, resources can be classified into four categories. First one is individual resources. That means resources which belongs to a particular individual, which is owned by a particular individual. For example, this is a marker. This is owned by me. So it is my private property. So it is individual resource. So individual resource are those resources which are owned by any particular person. Then comes the community owned resources. On the basis of ownership, first type of resource is individual. Second is community owned resource, means those type of resources which are owned by the community as a whole. That means every person living in the society can have the accessibility to that resource. वैसे रिसोर्स जिस पर पूरे समूह का अधिकार, पूरे समाज का अधिकार, वो किसी एक व्यक्ति की प्रॉपर्टी नहीं हो सकते. लाइक होटल, पार्क्स, रेस्टोरेंट्स, सिनेमा हॉल्स, म्यूजियम्स, these are called community owned resources which are owned by the community as a whole. Third one is national resources. National resources means, or technically you can say that each and every resource that lies within the nation is a natural resource, whether it would be the individual or community owned. Nation is above all. So nation has got the power to utilize each and every resource available within the country for the betterment of nation. So all resources inside the country can come under the category of national resource. And the fourth one is international resources. That means those type of resources which do not belongs to any of the nation. That means there are some resources which are not belong to any nation, like exclusive economic zones. They are called international resources. So on the basis of ownership, resources can be classified into four categories: individual resource owned by private individual, community owned resources means those resources which is accessible to each and every person, national resources means those resources which comes under a nation, all the resource comes under this category, and the international resources which do not belong to any particular nation. And the fourth categorization is on the basis of the status of development. On this, we can classify resources into four parts. First is potential resources. means those resources which are having the potential to satisfy our needs, but we are not utilizing them. Like Rann of Kutch in Gujarat, having the immense capacity to create energy from the solar power, but we are not utilizing it. So those resources comes under this potential resources, having the potency, capacity to satisfy our needs, but we are not utilizing them. Then it is developed resources, all the resources which we are utilizing nowadays, which are developed to that extent from where we are using it, that comes under developed resources. Then it is stocks, those resources which is having the capacity to satisfy our needs, but we don't have the technology to use that. Again listen it, stocks are those kind of resources जिनके पास ये कैपेसिटी है कि it can satisfy our needs, but we are don't having the technology to use that. That are called stocks. And the fourth one is reserves, those resources which have already been identified, we are having the technologies also to utilize that, but we have kept it for the future. That is called developed reserves. So these are the four categories of resources on the basis of status of development. So this was about the resources and the development. The meaning of resource is clear. That means anything having the capacity to satisfy our needs, provided with condition, these three conditions: technologically accessible, economically feasible, culturally acceptable. Then classification of resources on the basis of origin, biotic and abiotic, on the basis of exhaustibility, renewable and non-renewable, on the basis of ownership, that is individual, community owned, national and international, and on the basis of status of development, that is potential, developed, stocks and reserves. So this was for today. In the next class, we will discuss more about resources and then about the development.